What's up, guys? Welcome back to the Stellar Craft channel. In today's video, I'm going to be teaching you how to build this simple and easy gravity block duplication glitch. This will get you about 200,000 concrete powder or sand an hour, and simply all you need to do is it is going to require you to find one chunk in the chunk borders, but there will be a link in the description to a couple of videos showing how to find chunk borders on Minecraft Bedrock. So that'll be really helpful to all of you guys. So we just leave our world and we come back in and we should have successfully duped our items. This thing works about 100% of the time. And it's very, very efficient. Like I just probably sat there for 30 seconds and I'll probably get 18 stacks of concrete powder. It is absolutely insane how good this is. So we just load back into our world. It's going to be really, really laggy. So we're just going to walk over there now, and you can see there's a ton of concrete. Just going to pick it out. Okay, we didn't get as much as I thought, but it's still a lot of concrete for running it for maybe 10 seconds. And how this works is, what it is doing is, this is a chunk border right here. So it is pushing this concrete powder back and forth, and it's getting translocated through these glass blocks, and then it's just being pushed down here. You could easily hook this up to an actual collection system, which I would suggest doing. Like, you could just have a waterway just bringing it all the way back in here with a mass storage system. But let's get right in. Okay, guys, so I've just marked out the chunk borders. These are the 4 chunk borders. Chunks are a 16 by 16 square on the ground, and that's how the world generates. And to actually find these chunk borders, I used a Minecraft Pocket Edition chunk visualizer pack. This also works on MCPE and Windows 10. You can find chunk visualizer packs. And if you don't have PC or mobile, I would just suggest watching a couple videos on how to find chunks. It's quite easy, actually. I will be linking a couple videos in the description showing how to actually find chunks without using a chunk visualizer. But chunk visualizers will be the easiest and quickest method. So the first step is we're just going to need about a stack of blocks, and we're going to go to the chunk border that is actually facing spawn. So my spawn is approximately that way. So this is the best angle. So these 3 will not work. So all you're going to want to do is you're just going to want to go out 64 blocks. And the reason we're going out 64 blocks is 16 times 4 is 64. And we have to go exactly 4 chunks out to actually perform this duplication method, as the system is on a chunk border. So now we just need to switch ourselves back to creative. And we're just going to line this entire line that we have just made with redstone dust. And now we're going to make our 8 game tick clock, or a clock that goes as fast as it can for the piston. So this will go as fast as a piston can pulse. So it'll be like this. So it's very fast. So all we're going to need for this is we're just going to place 2 redstone dust. So I'm going to place a block next to the redstone dust. This block should be lined up with that line. And we're going to have a repeater going into this block. A block coming off that redstone torch. This will make your clock. Put a lever on top of this block next to the redstone torch. Click that, and now it's off. Connect this. And we're going to power it. What we're going to do is we're just going to go along our line and provide redstone repeaters to keep the signal going. So we've carried our signal all the way down to the end, and we're just going to break these last 2 pieces of stone brick. So we're just going to break these 2. And then on the second to last one, we're just going to place a solid block. And on this one, we're just going to place a redstone torch. Then this will be flashing. Now we have to travel all the way back and shut this off. Now we're going to actually build the duper part. So all we need to do is we need to extend 15 blocks out from each side. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. And then we'll just repeat this on the other side. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Now what we're going to do is on each corner, we're just going to put a solid block and then line it with redstone. This should all be powered. Do the same on the opposite side. And what we're going to do is we're going to put in just regular pistons, and we're going to have these should all pop up. And the way you can tell that you counted out the redstone correctly is where this block is. This piston should still be powered, as this redstone is powering that block, which is powering the piston. So the next step is we're just going to place a temporary block here, grab our sticky pistons, and we're just going to line this up with sticky pistons. This is going to push and pull our gravity blocks. So now what we're going to do is we're going to build a layer coming out of here, and then build another layer off this, and then we're going to build 2 blocks up still on this back layer. So there should be 2 blocks between the sticky pistons and this wall. So now what we're going to do is we're going to actually grab our gravity blocks. So this will work with sand and all the concrete powders. So we're just going to grab cyan, and this is where we're going to need our glass. So what we're going to do is we're just going to line this all with concrete powder, with cyan concrete powder, sand, or whatever concrete powder you want to dupe. This is probably the most expensive part of the build, is this the stuff you actually need to dupe. And then what we're going to do is directly on top of this, we are just going to put a layer of glass. The reason we are putting this layer of glass is the blocks, when they get duped, they will be shot up through the glass, as glass is considered a transparent block, so they'll come out on top and not be trapped into our system. So now, on top of these sticky pistons, or these ones right here, we're just going to put a layer of packed ice. And the reason we're doing this is this will push our items off. And now, what we're going to do is we're going to line this with buttons. Just try not to click them, as that will mess up the system. But now, we're going to hook up these sticky pistons, and we're going to almost be done. So, now, what we're going to do is, oh shoot, I actually messed it up. So all we need to do here is we just actually need to move this redstone torch back 1 block. So we're just going to do that. And then we're going to do a little bit of that and that. So that will not affect anything, but instead of going all the way to the end, you will actually go back 3 blocks, place this, put in your redstone torch, and this will still power the ends, as you can see here. So now we're going to place a solid block on top of our redstone torch. Then a redstone torch. This redstone torch should not be powered. And then we're just going to go along the entire edge. And the last piston, place a solid block. Place it on the opposite side. Place a solid block. And then line this with redstone dust. So now all of our pistons are hooked up. And now, just to make our simple collection system, we're going to grab some glass and a water bucket. Well, a couple water buckets. So what you're going to do on this back layer, you're going to want to line it with a layer of solid blocks. Go out an extra block and wrap this around. Then what we're going to do is we're going to cover up this side system as this concrete powder can fall out the side, and we want it all to be collected up here. So we're just going to cover this all up. And we're going to repeat this on the opposite side. So we're just going to fly over here, extend that, and put in all of our blocks here. And now, all we need to do is put in our water, and we are done with our system. So we're going to grab our water bucket, and we're just going to line this back layer with water buckets. And that is the entire system finished. So now, to actually operate this system, you need to go back to your original chunk, and what you're going to do is you're just going to flip this lever. And this clock should immediately activate, and you cannot leave this chunk while this is going on. As what this is doing is it is pushing and pulling those gravity blocks in and out of loaded chunks. And the reason we did 64 blocks, which is 4 chunks, is we actually need to go into our settings. We're going to scroll down, and your simulation distance needs to be on 4 chunks. It will not work if you are not on 4 chunk simulation distance. So after running it for a while, we're just going to turn off our lever. And we're just going to wait for all the redstone repeaters to power off. Then we're going to save and quit our game. And now, we just need to load back in and collect all of our gravity block items. This system, like I said before, works on all the platforms: MCPE, PS4, Xbox, Windows 10, and Nintendo Switch. I personally tested this on Nintendo Switch and PS4, which are both consoles. So it should work on all the platforms, on all the other consoles. And I know it works on MCPE, as I also tested it on there. And the original creator of this, Pizza Kittens, well, there will be a video linked down to his original showcase video, which I made a tutorial out of, as that is not a tutorial, just a showcase. So now that we have loaded back into our world, this clock should still be off. We just need to fly over here. And we're going to have a little bit of lag. You can definitely feel that. And there should be some particles falling out below. That is a good sign that you actually did do your items. So now all you're going to want to do is you're just going to want to fly up. And you're just going to see that on all of these redstone pieces of dust, there's going to be concrete powder. And we're just going to pick this all up. And just from that, we got all of this concrete powder, almost an entire inventory. I actually probably deleted some, so I was in creative. But if you guys did enjoy this video, make sure to like, comment, and subscribe to the Stellarcraft channel. If you have any questions about this, please comment them down below. We will be responding to all of them to help you in your endeavors. Bye-bye.